Hi everyone, this is Sushila from Oracle Wellness, and I know it's been a long time since I've made a video, and I thought that today would be an opportune moment to do so, since I've been noticing a recurring theme with a lot of my students and clients and colleagues, and that theme is an intense sense of pressure, almost bordering on anxiety, that seems to have been mounting the past week or so. And this pressure cooker energy that everyone seems to be experiencing, that is confounded by a sense of impatience and a feeling that something needs to happen or something needs to give, but not being sure what that is, prompted me to record this. And what I've been noticing as a trend and as a pattern that's surfacing right now is, as we're moving closer and closer towards the autumn equinox in 21 days, that there's an obvious shift that is occurring towards looking at our shadow and embracing our shadow. We're moving towards the darker half. Well, we're already in the darker half of the year, and we're moving towards the darkest quarter of the year. And that's when all of our holidays and holy days focus on inner transformation, focus on remembrance of inheritance and lineage and heritage, and the transformation that comes with death and release. And that aspect of shadow work, although is usually acknowledged, is very rarely fully embraced. And one of the things that I noticed as I was having a few conversations the past couple of days is that in this 5-year transitionary period that we're in from 2011 to 2016, where we're really stepping into a new level of consciousness and awakening, one of the things that has been happening is various levels of integration. And in 2011, we were really focusing on our inner child and our id, and embracing and giving our little girls and little boys all of the things that we felt like we may have missed in our childhood or in past life experiences. And then it shifted to a year and a half later, this really intense focus on positive energy and focusing on the light and focusing on gratitudes and affirmations, and moving into this awareness and focus on all of the good that exists, so that we can be in a space of magnetizing more of that. But through these processes, we've really ignored our shadow, or if we've acknowledged it as something that needs to be beaten or repressed or brought into the light and changed, as though our shadow aspects of ourselves aren't good enough. As if there's something wrong with our psyche. And then we wonder why we're in a constant state of dualism, whether it's an internal struggle of self-worth or it's an external expression of projection and mirroring that we're experiencing with those that we interact with regularly, where one moment they're the good guy and the next minute they're the bad guy. And all these labels keep getting added onto the pile of things to process and sift through. And a metaphor came up for me that I have found to be very poignant and seeming to really strike a chord with multiple people. And so that's what I want to share with you all right now, is our shadow is our monster. It's our demons. It's our dragons. It's the wild, untamable, unpredictable aspects of our being. And our culture has this huge fascination with slaying the dragon, with defeating the monster, with shining our lantern brightly into the cave and conquering the beast and claiming the treasure as our own and bringing it back out into the light. And that's great. It's really good for fairy tales. It's really good for good versus evil and teaching morals and propagating further duality. And so what I invite each and every one of you to do is extinguish the lantern. Feel your way into the cave. Get down on your hands and knees and crawl through the muck and the mud and the water and experience the darkness until you can't differentiate yourself from it, until you're face to face with the dragon and you have the amazing opportunity to commune with it and relate to it and recognize the huge miscommunication that has occurred between you and your dragon because you keep going in with your sword blazing. And all it wants to do is slumber and protect its innermost treasure, its innermost jewel, its innermost wisdom. But when you approach it on its territory and you relate to the dragon from the dragon's point of view, which is something that we talk about all the time in a relationship, relating to your partner from your partner's point of view, then all of a sudden the dragon opens and communicates with you and presents its treasures to you and gifts them to you, and then you get to ride out on the dragon, not from a place of domination and control, but from a place of oneness. Because it is so much cooler to ride the dragon than to slay it, right? Where are your dragons? Where are your demons? Where are your monsters? And are you courageous enough and willing enough to meet them in their darkness and become one with them and recognize the strength and the power of ferocity? And then enter into your next phase, your next adventure as allies. That's the pressure that you're feeling. You're feeling the pressure of no longer wanting to be at odds with a portion of yourself that is so integral and must be integrated. I invite you to not only look at your demons and greet your demons and relate to your demons, but to do so joyously over the next 20 days, so that when that integration truly begins, it can align with the equinox and it can align with the energies that are naturally mounting. And I assure you that you'll feel the pressure release. If you want to learn more about processes to do this, or you want to work one-on-one with me through this amazing journey and experience, then please feel free to contact me at www.oracle-wellness.com or on Facebook, either through my professional Oracle Wellness page or through my personal page, which is Sushila Battagione. Thank you so much for listening, and hopefully this will give you some focus over the next 3 weeks, as well as some relief that really all the aspects of you are worthy and integral and brilliant, as are all the aspects of all the other people that are mirroring you right now.